Hey, Kellan, I'm going to use some Zoomer slang right now.
He's down bad.
Oh, he is down bad.
Is that what you were going for?
No, his
Ah.
W rizz.
It's a new year. It's a new podcast episode. Not a new podcast. This podcast is like a year old now, and it's a new, not a new me. I'm the same degenerate that have always been. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's to Kill A Delibird, the Pokemon anime rewatch podcast, where we just talk a lot of shit about stuff. I'm not supposed to swear in the first 30 seconds. Oopsies. I'm Kellan. I play Pokemon, and Graham, he doesn't. Graham, how you doing?
Good, I'm actually completely new. I had all of my blood transfused with the blood of a Pikachu so that I can really get immersed in the field of this podcast.
You know, they say our molecules are like constantly dying and regenerating, right?
Yep,
So
sure.
it's like, you know the ship of Theseus problem?
Right, so our molecules
we the
don't
same?
die. You mean our cells.
Same thing.
But your brain cells are always the permanent. But yeah, like
Oh.
our atoms, period, like are they moving around? Are you even the same being? What
Are we the
does it
same
mean to
people?
be you?
I don't know.
I gotta tell you though, I feel boosted from this Pikachu blood transfusion. A real Keith Richards sort of thing, you know?
A real bolt of energy, would you say?
Oh,
Heyo.
we could sell this. Like they could sell this to like rich people in Los Angeles. Like it's the hangover cure that lasts for days. Pikachu blood transfusion.
I believe it.
You'll be jolted back to work.
I don't want to go back to work. I won't take it then.
Yeah, good. You don't need it.
No.
It's a scam. Everything's a scam.
It's
to
everything is a
to
scam
just get you
nowadays.
into the system more.
Everything.
I don't want to be part of your system,
the
man.
system. Something you shouldn't trust ever, man. That's what system stands for.
I want to learn more about a system.
I don't remember what that's from.
I don't know what that's
system?
from either. Yeah, I want to learn more about if there's any new systems in Pokemon Sapphire, Violet, whatever the hell it's called. Those games with the DLC. I heard you're playing some DLC.
Yeah, it's fine.
Did I get the name of the games right?
You got one of them.
What-
Scarlet and Violet.
What did I say?
Sapphire and Violet.
Oh, Sapphire's old. That's
Sapphire's
Gen
Gen 3.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I played the DLC. I beat the story in like a day. I didn't do much exploring. I just wanted to see the new Pokemon mainly. It's fine. It suffers from the same issue the main game has in that it runs like shit.
Yeah, so it didn't come with the performance patch.
No, never
Where
got that
is it?
performance patch.
Where is it?
It's unfortunate because Scarlet and Violet could really be great games, but the performance issues and a few other things just really drag it down. But like the core gameplay is really good.
The
So it's
only
very
things
conflicting.
we can take for granted are the inevitable heat death of the universe and Game Freak never giving the performance patch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's what do they always say? Only 3 things are guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and poorly performing Pokemon games.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was it.
But it's the Pokemon are cool. The Pokemon are chill. The Pokemon are
They
hot.
introduced
lovable.
like 4 or 5 Pokemon.
Okay. And one is just a Pikachu, but really long, right? Like really, really long, like freakishly long. Is that true?
What? No.
Oh, but that'd be cool, right?
Sure.
Like just so
It would.
long it's disturbing and it's like butt is up by its head and you're like, that Pikachu doesn't look right.
Sure, okay. We got let's see here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new Pokemon with the DLC releasing, and 1 mythical that we have not actually had an official reveal of, but leaks always happen, so we know what that one is.
What's a mythical? I'm familiar with legendary.
Mythical are typically Pokemon that are like quote unquote so rare that their existence is like doubted by many, and
Okay.
typically they're the ones that
That's
are
cool.
are distributed by events. So like Mew, Celebi, Jirachi, those are your mythicals.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Because Mew is a special kind of legend. He's a myth.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Are they Mew-esque? Like, are they
Some of
like
them.
fun little cherubs that float in the background and make us contemplate the meaning of life?
Celebi, Jirachi, Manaphy. I don't think Shaman is the same. I'm looking at base stats real quick. Oh no, Shaman does have base.
I know
100
Shaman.
across
He
the
works at
board.
Tim Hortons.
Victini, I think, as well.
Victini sounds like a drink, like an upscale cocktail.
Martini, yeah. Yeah, those ones. Victini, Jirachi, Manaphy, Shaman, Celebi, Mew. They're all kind of similar, like this little small guys with 100 base stats across the board. Then you got stuff like Arceus, which is the literal god of all Pokemon.
Is Arceus ever in the anime?
Yes, there is a movie about him.
Where Ash meets God?
I think so. I think
God,
I've seen that
we're gonna have
once, but it's
so
been a
much
long
fun
time.
with that.
in 6 years. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, but we would have a lot of fun with that. For those of you tuning in, we've had the realization several times that our peak comedy is when we can make biblical jokes in the context of Pokemon. I don't know why, I don't know how, but it keeps happening.
But no, the Pokemon are really cool. My favorite one of the new crew, the new 7, is definitely Hydrapple, which, if you know Gen 8 Sword and Shield, they introduced Applin, which is a little worm inside of an apple. He's a grass dragon type. He could evolve into either Flapple or Appleton. And then in the last DLC, they gave Applin a third branch evolution in Diplin. And then in the new DLC that just came out, they gave Diplin an evolution in Hydrapple, which is 5 worms in an apple like a Hydra, and it's fucking cool.
That's a lot of worms in an apple.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to bite into that one.
No, you do not. Unless you're a bird and you're looking for worms, then you've hit the jackpot.
Then, yeah, that's the best one you could have gotten. But the other thing I liked about the DLC is that we got an answer to one of the biggest questions, one of the biggest points of contention around the story.
Like a lore question, or like more like the immediate plot?
A lore.
Ooh,
the lore of
lore
Scarlet
implications.
Yes.
Juicy.
Do you know what a paradox Pokemon is?
Not a clue. But also, yes.
No, you don't.
You see what I did there?
I got it.
Okay, what's a paradox Pokemon?
So, Scarlet and Violet are all about past and future, respectively. That's like the themes of their games.
Okay.
And so, at the end of the game, massive story spoilers for Scarlet and Violet, by the way. Skip ahead a couple minutes if you don't want to hear this. At the end of Scarlet and Violet, you realize the professor you've been talking to throughout the journey has been dead this whole time, and you've been talking to an AI.
Out. Actually.
You've been talking to an AI they created.
Actually the twist. They've been dead all along.
Yeah.
I gotta buy this
it's
now.
Sweet.
That's how... Did M. Night Shyamalan direct Pokemon Scarvy?
So what they were doing is they were trying to build a time machine that could bring Pokemon from the past and the future, is what we were under the impression of. And that's how the box legendaries came in. Koraidon and Miraidon. They're past and future versions of Cyclizer, which is a new Pokemon. And that's how we got our box legendaries. And so at the end of the game, when you reach Area 0, which is where all this was researched, where the terrestrial energy emanates from that causes terrestrialization phenomenon in Paldea, which is the gimmick of the generation, it also is filled with these paradox Pokemons that have leaked out of the time machine. So there's a bunch of Pokemon that have a paradox form, either past or future, depending on what game they're from. So I'm going to send you a photo of one now. You know Delibird, right? He's our mascot.
He's our mascot. To Kill A Delibird. Yes.
This is future Delibird. This is Iron Bundle.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It sort of looks like something Dr. Robotnik would use to stop a certain blue hedgehog. Doesn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
But I like it. Yeah.
And then I'll send you a past one of one you know.
So this is a Paradox Pokemon?
Yeah, so that's a Paradox one from Violet, the future. This is Paradox from the past. This is Sandy Shocks. It's Magneton.
Oh, I don't love that. I greatly prefer the Dr. Robotnik Delibird.
So the Paradox Pokemon were a point of contention around the theorizing and whatnot since Scarlet and Violet came out. People wondering, are these direct past and future ancestors and descendants of these Pokemon? are they dreams made reality by the time machine, by the thing controlling the time machine? What are they? And we got kind of confirmation from the end of the DLC that what they are Pokemon from the past and future of different timelines.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, what is like pop culture's collective hard-on for multiverses right
Right?
now? Like,
right?
they're everywhere. Like, calm down.
Well, the timeline thing has been a thing since X and Y.
Oh, really? I played those, but I don't really remember them.
X and Y has a big story point around the war and how the ultimate weapon was fired. And basically the thought is there are two universes in which one, the ultimate weapon was fired and megastones were created, and one where it didn't fire and megastones were not created. Which
And
explains
a third
why
where the hero lost to Ganon.
yeah,
Got it.
which explains why some games have like mega evolution and stuff, why some games don't. And that's kind of the reasoning. Anyway, that's been
wow.
that's
I didn't
been
know
what I've been doing in the
Pokemon.
DLC.
I didn't know Pokemon pulled that kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Like that is like Zelda Hyrule Compendium timeline crap.
Anyway, that's been a lot of rambling about unrelated
that was
stuff.
extremely confusing for me. Can I confuse you now?
Absolutely.
That's usually what I do. Well, this is coming out on New Year's Day. So, low-hanging fruit. Let's talk about New Year's rituals. Let's embrace the holiday. So I was thinking, what kind of New Year's resolutions would characters from the Pokemon anime have? This is a common practice, right? People around on the January 1st say, this is how I'm going to change my life for the new year. And then by January 2nd, they've totally forgot about it.
Yep.
Yeah, I came up with resolutions for 10 different characters, and each character has 3 different resolutions. So it's kind of broad, all right? So we're going to get through them. Are you interested in this? You can brainstorm along the way, Kellan, too, because I feel like you'll probably have some insight.
I'm so interested.
Okay, so New Year's resolutions. Let's start with ashketchum. He resolves to turn 11. What are the chances of that?
Well, that's not going to happen. I hate to tell you.
He resolves to broaden his hobbies, maybe take up knitting, forget about Pokemon sometimes. Finally, he resolves to go to couples therapy with Charizard. Do you see any of these coming true?
One of them, maybe.
Yeah, which one?
Yeah.
The Charizard one?
I'll let that be a surprise.
Okay. Well, Pikachu resolves to shock people more. I think he doesn't realize that people don't like it. He thinks he's
I believe that.
giving them a little bit of a jolt. He resolves to write letters to his friend Raichu more often. That guy wasn't all bad. They kind of learned to see things, you know. And he resolves that when he uses a quick attack in this next year, it's gonna be really fucking quick.
Really quick, fucking fast.
Yeah.
Too fast. Too Pikachu.
2 Pikachu, 2
Pikachu.
There you go. 2 Pikachu chew. Like it. Well, Misty resolves to hit her friends less. She resolves to get
it's not as funny, though.
Perfect game in bowling with Togepi's help. Either using metronome or as the ball. We will see.
Oh, no, don't throw Togepi down the lane.
He'd be so good at it.
That's
and she resolves to have like one water Pokemon that doesn't suck. Like I feel like that's an achievable goal. Okay.
I'd like to see that as well.
Well, Brock resolves to give the Jennies and Joys some space, and during that exercise of self-realization, probably ends up falling in love with the restaurant owners that we hypothesized are a male clone gang. I think that Brock's going to learn something about himself when he sort of drops the facade.
Yeah.
He resolves to polish his rocks more often. Onyx and Geodude like baths too, man.
No euphemism there.
Now, and finally, he resolves to only give advice when he knows what he's talking about. Because goddamn would he drive me crazy sometimes.
Yeah. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Are these the characters' resolutions, or are these Graham's tips on how they can improve?
How they can be better people.
That trend is actually bucked right away because Tracy resolves to grow his DeviantArt account. He, continuing the degeneracy, resolves to become a WikiFeet mod.
No!
He's really going to embrace himself.
Stop it!
Finally, he resolves to meet Professor Oak and draw him in a totally chill kind of way.
I'm just glad we haven't had, like, a lot of feet things going on in Pokemon to the point where we've had to add a foot category. I'm just thankful for that.
Next week, a foot list.
Yeah.
Top 10 Pokemon feet. No, I don't even want to. I don't even want to write that. That actually saying that made me a little sick to my stomach. I'm actually gonna barf. Okay, Jessie from Team Rocket. She resolves to get Pikachu. She
resolves to get Pikachu. Resolves to get Pikachu.
Stop spoiling the list. Jessie resolves to have even longer hair, like twice as long.
How's that even possible?
Oh, we'll see. She resolves to diversify their business and sell Team Rocket merch online. It's not very good merch, but someone's got to do it. And yes, you were right. James resolves to get Pikachu. He resolves to look fabulous 100% of the time. Last year, he was only batting 99%. What's up that? 100% of the time, look fabulous. And he resolves to give to charity by stealing from the rich, his parents, and giving to the poor, himself.
Yeah.
Meowth resolves to eat fish every single day. He resolves
Me too.
to only speak in puns. And he resolves to start his own cryptocurrency, Meowthcoin.
No.
I think Meowth would be a really good crypto scam CEO. Now, Gary. We've got Gary Oak. Haven't heard from him in a while. Gary resolves to give his cheerleaders a raise. They deserve it.
They're getting paid in the first place?
It's a very weird arrangement. Gary resolves to get a car that is better for the environment. He learned some tips on environmentally friendly products from a woman with long red hair and a man with short blue hair. They seemed trustworthy.
I'm sorry, you think James has blue hair?
Doesn't he have blue hair?
It's purple.
Yeah, it looks blue to me.
Are you colorblind?
No.
It's like indigo.
Okay, the official is lavender. So, yeah that would be purple. Yeah, it is purple. Okay. In some pictures, it's kind of blue. It's weird. It's like I'm looking right now, and in most pictures, it's purple. You're right. But some, it looks blue. But it's usually purple.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fine, his hair's purple.
Anyway, Gary's getting a Tesla.
Yeah, thanks for derailing my bit. All right. Gary resolves to be able to tell hair color apart. No.
Yeah.
Gary resolves to visit his grandfather sometimes, who totally loves him and doesn't secretly hate him.
Yeah.
Now, that leads us to the man himself, Professor Oak. Professor Oak resolves to hug Mug back next time he sees him. He always only receives. He's got to give. He resolves to do his own damn errands. And along that line, he will stop sending kids out on quote-unquote adventures so he can romance their mothers.
Oh, he wants to settle down finally.
Let us know what your we don't want to hear what your resolutions are in the comments. We don't care. We want to hear what your theories for Pokemon characters resolutions are in the comments.
More interesting.
Shout them out. That would be much better.
Yeah. All right. Shall we talk some Pokemon?
Yeah, we even named the episodes we're studying this week.
This week we're looking at episode 104, The Mystery Menace, and episode 105, Misty Meets Her Match. So let's get into 104, The Mystery Menace. So we're still walking. The gang is still going. It's a weird opening because the narrator says nothing for the first 20 seconds.
True. They're just like in a desert and there's like wind blowing. And Ash is hungry, but that's
he's ready to stop and eat. But over the hill, it's Trovatopolis, and there's the narrator.
Found
he
a
shows
city.
Up finally. Team Rocket's already peeking in on the gang, or very early in the episode. They're on the way to their new high-tech hole, where they dug a hole and then put dynamite on top of it. So then when Pikachu walks in, they blow it up. Pikachu falls in the hole.
This ain't your grandmother's hole. This is a new fancy hole.
Really better from any of the previous holes they've dug, but whatever.
Yeah, it seemed kind of the same, just that they're going to try to time the explosion. Yeah.
Normally it's just step on it, you fall
When
in.
Meowth is explaining it, though, he has this really beautiful little animation with like a Pikachu icon and stuff. So that was cute. And I wrote down a sweet sentence here. I think I can say without fear of contradiction that we are completely and totally prepared.
I wonder if that's going to come back and bite them in the ass.
I wonder indeed. When he says prepared, that kicks off the chant, right? Because if they hear trouble or prepare, they just like start twitching.
I say make it double. And then Meowth smacks him. He's like, we could make this a sneak attack. Don't broadcast on location.
That Meowth's one sharp cookie.
Exactly. So James pushes the plunger and nothing. Until the ground beneath them cracks. They fall through.
Oh, yes.
Because of course.
Of course.
Misty thinks she hears something. She thinks she hears someone screaming, but why would someone be screaming out here? And then the ground beneath them cracks. They fall into a cavern. A cavernous cavern.
Right, so that line you read, why would anyone be screaming, was what Tracy said. Which is a weird thing to say when somebody says they heard someone screaming. Screaming means danger.
Yeah.
like that's why Misty brought it up, so you can determine the why. Why would it? That's just a weird reaction. Like, Tracy has the strangest retorts to things.
Yeah, I was walking down the walking path one day, and this guy ran past me, screaming, "Help me! Help me! Help me!" This person is chasing me with a knife.
Why would he do that? Why would he scream?
And then someone else ran past him, and he had a really big knife, and I was just like, "Why are you screaming like that? That doesn't make any sense."
That doesn't make any sense.
So
why would people scream?
So that's weird. And then a little while later, I saw some blood on the trail. I don't think it had anything to do with that.
All three of these happenings are uncorrelated. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a weird day. So Tracy got stuck in a rock pile here. That was kind of funny.
Right, so they've fallen into some underground tunnels, and Tracy's stuck. Ash and Misty wake up. Ash is pulling them out. Tracy says thank you. Ash is like, you don't have to thank me, just get off me.
Wah. They're walking through the cave to kind of a slowed down version of the Mount Moon theme from the game, so I like that. That's good. And so they emerge through a little broken wall into what says it's the sewer system. You wanted to learn about a system. Let's talk about the sewer system.
Oh, I'm here for it. Mm-hmm. And what's this? It's the Ninja Turtles.
Wow, crossover
episode.
Incredible.
Bum, 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 ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
So it's easy peasy. They just got to find a manhole cover that'll lead them to the surface. They're good to go. But what was that little bell? Heard a little bell. A little ring, ding, 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 ding. Running past.
Why would there be a bell sound in the sewers, Ash?
Who knows? Something's running around. And you see a little vine tapping Ash on the shoulder. What could that be? It's coming from the water.
Ash thinks it's Pikachu. It is not.
It's a monster. Oh my god.
It's the Watcher from beneath.
Ash goes to bolt it with Pikachu, and Misty's like, no. We'll all get shocked. Which, A, Misty, you're not standing in the water, so that's not how that works. B, you guys are shocked every fucking day.
It's never been a concern. It is really funny when suddenly they decide that something is life or death that has never been consequential.
I got a pacemaker put in, Ash, between episodes. We can't do that anymore.
My cardiologist says we gotta stop it. Pikachu's bad for our health.
So Ash tries Bulbasaur's Razor Leaf, which does nothing to this vine, and Bulbasaur gets dragged under the water.
Ooh, freaky.
Crazy. Very freaky. Ash tries to jump in and save him, but the others restrain him. Jenny opens up the manhole cover. Yeah, and lowers a rope to save them, and they force Ash out of the sewer, abandoning Bulbasaur.
That's pretty dark.
For good. Yeah.
Ash is screaming, Bulbasaur. I want my Bulbasaur.
Yeah.
And honestly, I thought this was surprising because, themes in Pokemon are like, never let your Pokemon go. Mm-hmm. And for all they know, like, Bulbasaur is dead.
Yeah.
Like, he got dragged underwater. He can't breathe underwater.
Yeah, it's weird.
It was a little dark, right?
They'd be like, yeah, let's save Bulbasaur.
Let's do everything we can.
I think this one's a little out of our depths, huh?
Yeah, and Jenny's basically just like, you know what? Some things are better left unsolved.
So the gang's been arrested now.
Whoa, this took a turn.
That was a weird turn. Ash is like banging on the door. He's like, let me out.
Where's my Bulbasaur?
I need Bulbasaur. And so Jenny comes in. She's like, you're free to go.
Oh, that worked.
They did all their processing or whatever. I don't fucking know. The mayor shows up then.
Oh, and this mayor is a big piece of work.
Oh, he's something else.
Yeah, so tall guy, kind of round, big orange coat, mustache. Did he have a mustache?
Big mustache.
Big mustache. Every childhood cartoon's depiction of a rich
slicked back
ball.
Hair.
Yeah.
He's something else. He wants them locked up until next week. He wants them silenced about this monster until after the next election, which is next week.
Yeah, and he's really telling Jenny that you got to keep them here. Like keep them here. We'll blame them for the problems. And she's like, well, that's not how the law works.
I can't hold them if they haven't done anything illegal. He's like, well, I'm the mayor. I can tell you what to do.
I make the law. Say another word and I'll arrest you for public safety.
Yeah.
But it's all about the election next week.
So we learned this monster's been kind of running amok for a while now. He's been stealing pizzas and hot dogs.
Well, he is the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. But no serious injuries have been reported until Bulbasaur's fucking dead.
No serious injuries till a Bulbasaur was dead. The police refused to do anything about it. This goes right to the top.
A little bit, yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
That wasn't even a joke. Now, yeah, so the mayor thinks people are going to panic. Jenny is talking about, like, the logistics of this search are pretty complicated. 500 miles of sewers, 5,000 manholes in this city.
That is a lot of manholes.
Oh, God.
Like,
how many manholes
like
are in
a
this
lot.
city?
I don't know.
That's probably about right.
5,000 is a lot. The mayor's still concerned, though, because there's the election next week. And if people know he's been covering up a monster in the sewers, no one's going to vote for him. Which good.
Oh, get this. The New York City Department of Environmental Protection estimates about 350,000 manhole covers in New York City.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That is a lot of manholes.
That's a lot of manholes.
Jesus Christ. So Joy barges in next.
Yeah, Joy comes in and she's like, you can't go ahead with this.
I know.
Mayor. This is pretty twisted. And he's like, you run your center and I'll run the city.
Oh.
And this is where the mayor reveals he wants to get the SWAT team involved. He's going to get a SWAT team in the sewers, just going to take out this monster instantly. Jenny's like, that's illegal. Like, I keep telling you, I study the law. I know that that's illegal. The mayor's just having a fit. He's like, I'll do as I want to here.
But yeah, the mayor tells Joy, go run your Pokemon Center. I'll run my city. And it gives me energy very akin to like, okay, sweetheart, you go sit down and do your silly little crafts. Let the men talk. It's like,
yeah, it was that kind of, he was condescending for sure. He was talking down. But he's just an evil dude.
Yeah, he's
a real piece of shit.
So they call Oak. Oak thinks Tracy might be right. Tracy thinks it could be a brand new Pokemon. Oak thinks maybe it could be a mutation of a Pokemon. But we have to stop the mayor because he's gonna do some rank shit to this thing. Yeah,
we get a little bit of a view of the mayor's influence in the city, like how big of a deal he is. He's got campaign posters all over. And this arrogant son of a bitch built a giant statue to himself. Like a humongous
ego
ode
much?
To his own form.
Yeah.
And they note that on the statue there's this M symbol.
That'll come back later. Yeah. So meanwhile, the mayor has the SWAT team ready to go into the sewers. The gang's hiding out.
This SWAT team aesthetic is like not very Pokemon. Like this is just straight out of like G.I. Joe or something.
Yeah. The gang's got to find a way to get into that sewer to save the creature and the Bulbasaur. But there's going to be guards at every entrance to the sewer. So where could they possibly find a way in? Oh, Joy's found a way in.
Not only does she run the Pokemon Center, she is a sewage expert.
She's Splinter.
Oh, there you go. And the mayor is actually Shredder. It all makes sense.
It's all TMNT.
So why does Joy know so much about the sewer? She never says why she knows this entrance.
That's where she goes to meet her secret suitor.
Oh, she's got a secret sewage lover named Donatello?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shout me out in the comments if you're a Donatello stan like me. Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
I was gonna make a note that she's someone else, but then I realized I made a joke already that Joy is someone, so I can't make that joke again.
You wanna say that she's April O'Neil?
That's what I was gonna go say. Yeah,
that would have been better, I guess.
Yeah. Then we see Team Rocket. They're stuck in the sewers still from when they fell into the ground. They've been down there all day.
Meowth's hungry.
And then we hear the bells again. The Vine shows up, pets Meowth. He's like,
thanks
that's
for
nice
petting me.
They're scared. And then we hear some footprints coming around the corner. It's the monster. And so they smoke screen with wheezing and run away. But no, it's just the gang. The gang's just in the sewer.
Right, and they're like, what would Team Rocket be doing in a sewer? So did they not put together that why they fell before it was Team Rocket? I don't think they did.
No, of course not. They don't. They
No.
don't put that together unless it's convenient for the plot.
Gotcha.
But Misty has lost Togepi. Where's Togepi gone? But she's just over there. She's about to fall in the water, so Misty has to go grab her. Little daredevil Togepi. Love it.
But just then, the tentacle actually is back.
Tries to grab Togepi. Misty won't let go, so the vine takes Togepi and Misty down under. We have had 3 deaths in this episode, which is a lot to take.
One of them an infant.
Yeah, very unfortunate, very sad.
Now, Ash is more determined than ever, and he's been thinking. He knows sewers, and he's got a secret weapon.
It's Muck. He had Oak send him
It's Muck, baby, and Muck.
Does Muck really do anything? I don't think so.
I don't know. I think that Ash was just like, yeah, he's sewer affiliated. He'll figure things out. And Muck gives him a big old hug. A big old Professor Oak special.
Has his way with Ash.
It's a beautiful thing. It's beautiful and natural.
Back to Team Rocket. They're scared and they're tired now. But they think
they're sick and tired of being scared.
It's their turn to do the scaring. And
they're going to scare back, exactly. They can out scare this monster. Well, freaky, Jessie honestly, turns herself into like a hair monster. Like, I think she's trying to be like the girl from The Ring. Like The Ring.
Oh, yeah.
From Japanese horror movies. So she's got her hair like down and kind of parted like that. Now, Meowth and James have actually fused to do theirs. And theirs I didn't quite get. Meowth has his head like stretched. His mouth stretched like over James's head, and they both have their mouths like spread with teeth coming out.
Yeah,
and they're both making noises, right? So Jessie and the Meowth James hybrid turn the corner and try to scream at the monster, and it's a SWAT team.
Yep.
We found 3 unidentified creatures. Let's shoot them.
And the mayor's like, blast them. And
take them out.
They blast them with their putty gun.
Right, so this SWAT team actually like was never lethal. So
yeah,
you know what? Maybe the mayor had a point. if it was just to putty the monster, so they knew what was going on.
So Team Rocket runs away, and we're back to the gang. And we've seen the extent of what Muck does in this episode, and that's walk down the side of the sewer for a little bit.
He's almost like leading them to somewhere, which we don't explain. He points to the water. He's like, this is where you want to be. So
go.
This was like, he's like the Meryl of the sewers.
Yeah.
Muck can talk to the sewers. He knows how the sewers work. He knows what they want. He knows their needs.
So Ash and Tracy dive down under the water.
Yeah, they trust that Muck.
To swim through the sewer. Ash doesn't put Muck back in the ball. He just kind of leaves him there.
Yeah. He'll figure it out.
And then they swim to the surface, and it's the vine. Oh no! Cut to white.
And that cut jumps back to the SWAT team. They found 3 monsters. The mayor, he's got no choice because these aren't the monsters they were looking for. He's gonna seal the sewers shut. This is horrible. The kids are still down there.
Did you recognize the voice of the leader of the SWAT team here?
No. Was it one of the regular characters?
It's absolutely Brock's voice actor.
Brock has not been working for Professor Ivy.
He actually
got a job on a SWAT team during this. He's very good at it. He loves his putty gun.
So yeah, the mayor's gonna seal every manhole cover with concrete, with cement.
Pretty expensive job.
That is a lot of fucking cement, man.
And plus they have to undo that later.
Yeah. I feel like it would cost less to just deal with the monster.
Yeah, this is wild.
So, Ash wakes up, and who's there? Oh, it's Bulbasaur and it's Misty. Everyone's okay. They found the monster. What is it?
Ash only cares about Bulbasaur. He ignores Misty, just runs to Bulbasaur. And yeah, Tracy's there too, because Tracy's been awake for a while figuring this out. Yeah, and they found the monster. What is it, Kellan?
It's a big Bulbasaur.
Big Bulbasaur.
Big B. It's Big B.
Big baby Bingus B.
Big Bulbo.
Big Bulbo Bangus.
Love Big Bulbadooboo.
Big Bilbo Bangus Boggins. Those are all of those combined are his legal name.
Yeah.
Now, and it's just him. It's him using the vine whip. That's what the vine is.
He's just taking everybody because he's lonely down here. He's been down here so long.
And he's hungry.
And he's hungry. But what's this? He's got a collar on his neck. And what's on that collar? It's that M from before.
Same symbol as the M on the statue.
Joy goes back after the mayor because the kids are still down there, and he's sealing off
So
every
your
entrance.
plan sucks dick.
And he's like, whatever, I'll reopen the sewers after the election next week. It'll be fine. It's not my problem.
He totally victim blames. He says children shouldn't be playing in sewers anyways.
Fuck off, man. You're a dick.
Shithead.
So then we see we go back to the sewer exit, and it's kind of like flooding out because the water has nowhere to go. And so where does it go? It goes directly up the mayor's ass while he's taking a bath.
Right, this is like a very quick cut, and everything is resolving itself violently fast. The mayor is in the bath.
They only have like 5 minutes left in the episode.
Naked. The water is surging. A bidet from hell straight up his rectum. Flings him outside. Like the water's flooding down the halls.
He was able to grab a towel though.
Thank God. Good. Modesty.
We don't need him hanging loose, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we don't need that.
That wasn't very subtle, so.
No. Plus, that man has a really tiny penis, I imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. Who else builds a statue of themselves? So,
nobody well hung acts like he did.
Yeah, absolutely. So, they flood out of they all flood out. The gang floods out of the mayor's house. Pikachu does it on a surfboard. It was awesome. Love it. So good.
Beautiful.
And then once they've washed up, they're not even like mad at the mayor or anything. They're just like, hey, do you know this Bulbasaur? Very calmly. I wanted them to like kick him in the crotch.
Well, I think that cause and effect has been very vague to the gang this episode. They didn't know why they were down in the sewers. I don't think they knew why that was flooding, you know?
Mm-hmm. And so we get a flashback, this time in sepia.
Oh, this is heartbreaking. Yeah, this is a real Instagram filter kind of flashback.
Yeah. So the mayor, as a child, had Bulbasaur. He wanted Bulbasaur to evolve, but he didn't. So he set it afloat in a basket down the sewer, much like Moses in the river.
Biblical reference. Knew it.
Hey-o.
I knew that was coming.
We were talking beforehand, and as I was watching this episode, as soon as Bulbasaur got put in that basket down that river, I threw my head in my hands because I knew exactly what I had to do. And you had to compare it to Moses. Yeah.
Who was then picked up by the Egyptians and raised as one of their own.
So,
Pharaoh Bulbasaur. Brilliant.
Yeah. And so, back to present day, Big B holds...
Big Bingus Bangus Bongus.
Grabs the mayor, holds him up real high. And Misty's like, you abandoned this guy, and he's still happy to see you. You got to apologize to this Bulbasaur. And the mayor's like, like I would ever apologize to
the mayor.
Pokemon.
I will not apologize to Pokemon. Now let me down before the voters see my asshole.
Too late. And so the SWAT team prepares to fire on the Bulbasaur when electric guitar gym theme, Pikachu bolts the mayor, Bulbasaur, or I think he bolts the SWAT team actually. Bulbasaur vine whips, SWAT team. And Big B flings the mayor into the sky, crashing back down on his own statue.
Oh, sweet resolution. That's
Beautiful.
Karma, folks. Karma is not a cat purring in your lap because it loves you. It's Bingus Bangus Bongus flinging a mayor into his own statue.
Destroying not only his statue, but his hopes of winning the next election.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Now, okay, here's... I gotta say something about...
something grinding your gears?
This shot when he's when he's falling onto the statue. Okay.
Yeah.
So, we love Bulbapedia, right? We
Yeah.
love Bulbapedia on this podcast.
It's been my source of knowledge for us, yeah.
It's been my go-to Pokemon research site for as long as I can remember. However, I gotta call Bulbapedia out on one thing.
Well, you could contribute.
I'm calling it out because that's better content.
Okay. What is it?
So, in the errors section of this episode on Bulbapedia, there is one error. Now, the vast majority of errors I bring up on the podcast are ones I catch myself. If I find an error I find interesting that I did not catch, I go and verify it for myself before I bring it up, so I know what I'm talking about. Now, there's one error here at the end that reads, after the mayor crashes into his statue, he inexplicably has a beard. This is not true at all.
I did not notice that, no.
Because it's not true.
Is it like a shadow?
It's the whole of the statue that he's fallen through.
Oh.
It just
They
kind
thought
of
it
lines
looks
up
like
with
a
his
beard.
face. Yeah. Yeah, that's just not right. I'm sorry, Bulbapedia. That's an L for you. Uncommon Bulbapedia
Or
L.
kind of a clever meta joke, where they're like, what even is the role of the error sections anyway? I'm going to have fun with it.
It's not true,
I'm going to haunt some young man on his podcast.
They catch it when it's like, Tracy's backpack straps were a different color. And I'm like, okay, I don't really care about that.
Tracy's canonical height is 1 foot taller than Ash, but in this shot, he looks to be 1 foot and 1 inch taller.
But this one being like, he has a beard for some reason is just not looking at the frame correctly. Because if you look at it properly, there is absolutely no beard there. It is just the black hole of
That's
the
kind of
the
hilarious,
statue.
though.
Yeah. It does kind of look like he has a beard if you look at it the right way, but he does not. Anyway, that's my beard. That's Beardgate for you.
I hope that's Beardgate. I could be extra funny if they know, and this was someone like on not a lot of sleep who's like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna write this."
It's someone
kind of weird and funny.
It's someone who listens to us adding in false errors that make me go back and think I'm insane. They're gaslighting me from a distance.
If we get to the point where people are Bulbapedia error injecting gaslight Kellan,
we've made it.
Know,
that's how you know we've made it.
Yeah, that would be how we've made it.
Mm-hmm.
I do not think we have the listener base that they are doing that.
No, absolutely
Shout
not.
us out in the comments if you're gaslighting Kellan.
Gaslighting's not a thing. It's never been a thing.
Are you gaslighting me?
No. Yeah. Gaslighting's not a thing. And even if it was, you would be too smart to fall for it.
I think I'm being gaslit.
No one's ever been gaslit.
Speaking of people who get gaslit a lot, Team Rocket's all washed up.
Well, no, we have to go look. We gotta go see Joy first.
Oh, right.
They're saying goodbye to the gang. Part. Joy is gonna take Big B into her own care at the center.
He goes, "Hey, Big Bengus Bongus, you and me, we gonna ride and die to the sunset. You dig?"
Yeah, and so Ash asks them about Trevita Island because that's where they're headed. How much farther is it to there? And Jenny's like, "Oh, it's just over that way. There's a ferry that leaves on the daily. I'll take you to the pier." And they're like, "Fucking sweet, Jenny. Love you."
Only takes 5 minutes.
Yeah. And so then we go back to Team Rocket. They found daylight finally, but they're still trapped behind the bars in the sewer.
And then the bars get loose. We're free.
Team Rocket's all washed up, and then Jessie sneezes, and the bars fall down.
You know what's funny?
What?
Is that none of that, like her sneezing and the bars falling down, happens in the animation, right? It's just delivered to us through dialogue.
Just sound effects.
Bulbapedia is pointing out that the original Japanese doesn't get them out of there. This part with them sneezing and escaping is added in the dub.
That's so random.
Oh, it's good.
Not like every other time Team Rocket is in a perilous situation.
Left to die.
They're left to die. And this is one time they're like, okay, we got to get them out of there.
This is because the dub, they saw a way that they felt bad for Team Rocket for so long. They're like, these animators keep killing them every episode. We owe it to them to let them escape once.
But with Jessie sneezing, that is the episode.
Okay, so you want to hear my literary hour?
Sure, I guess. If I have to, I mean.
You have to. And also, it only sort of has to do with literature. If literature is history. So there's so many scummy politicians, right? Like
really?
This is the corrupt politician.
I had no idea.
Is a trope both in media and in real life. And of course, people would go to really obvious examples. Trump, Nixon, is a very common one with Watergate.
I am not a crook.
And he is. But let's go to the. I learned about one kind of recently, actually. That's a pretty interesting case. The President Grover Cleveland.
Great name.
The 1800s. Have you heard of Grover Cleveland?
Yes. He was in Mario Tennis Ultra Smash.
That's like a secret unlockable character.
That is a Scott the Woz joke for two of you out there.
Is that really? That's a
Yeah.
Scott the Lost joke?
Yeah.
I don't
He
even
puts-
understand it.
He puts Grover Cleveland over Toadette's silhouette. It's
Oh,
for no
okay.
reason. It's really funny.
Oh, so you actually did hear about that. I thought you were just being spontaneously surrealist on the spot.
No,
So-
no, I wish.
Grover Cleveland ran on this on his campaign being that he was a really wholesome stand-up person, like just like an all-round good guy. That was like Grover Cleveland's like
Guy you want to have a
campaign.
beer with.
Exactly. When in fact, he had a secret child that he had abducted from his mother because he raped the mother and did not want that news to get out. So he stole the child, gaslit her into thinking that I don't remember, that she'd given it up or something, and then hid the child with friends of his.
Jesus Christ.
He then went on to groom a child, like one of his friend's daughters, until the friend died and married her when she became like 19 and he was like, I don't know, like 50 or something. And he'd been like raising her. She called him Uncle Cleve.
Oh.
Yeah, you still like that power smash joke?
Yes, because it's funny.
And also, Grover Cleveland kind of looks like the mayor. He's got big facial hair and and just scummy politician vibes.
Yeah, that's something I didn't know.
You know,
That's
if
for
your
sure.
job on this podcast is Pokemon knowledge, I think my job lately has been making everybody uncomfortable.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a touch. Just a
I don't like that job.
touch. You can change that any day.
No, I can't. I signed a contract.
Yeah, that's
And I also signed a contract to a beautiful piece of randomness called the 4-Pour.
Whoa, look at that segue.
So this is the 4-Pour, the plastic ping pong pitcher of objective rankings. We're going to pull 2 categories at random and rank the episode based on those categories. What we got to start, Kellan?
We should really put a category in here for our segues. And just really pat ourselves on the back for that.
Oh, start having categories that have nothing to do with the episode, but instead have to do with our recap of the episode. That's kind of interesting.
It's meta as fuck. All right, first category is anime mom energy. Now, there's no moms, but
No.
I do think there is anime mom energy. There's mother energy in the
Okay.
protectiveness over this monster.
Ooh, yeah. Of Ash too kind of has that
Ash
mom
too,
energy here. He'll do anything for the Bulbasaur.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad. The mayor is the opposite of anime mom. He sucks, and anime moms rule.
Yeah, he's like if an anime mom was bad. Look
He's
at that
the
analysis.
he's the inverse of an anime
Incredible.
mom.
Yeah. I am. I'm the most introspective.
You have a way
person ever.
with words.
I do.
Yeah,
I
you're
really
a
do.
real linguistic
I
powerhouse.
definitely don't have like serious brain fog all the time that inhibits my vocabulary.
Yeah,
But hey,
you
I just
certainly
used
aren't
2
the
big
type
words
of
there.
person who reviews things for me by saying it was good.
Yep, that's
That's not
Those are
you.
those are my thoughts about things. I liked it. It
So
sucks. I
anime
don't
mom
know.
energy. I actually think the strongest argument is the connection with Bulbasaur, like from Ash.
And joy.
And joy for Bingus Bangus Bongus. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like but it's not super strong. I'm gonna say 4.
Yeah, it's a 3 for me, dog. You know how I love the Pokemon moms. I can't wait till I get a chance to do a Pokemon mom tier list.
You could do that any day you want.
Yeah, but with an audience.
Second category is the animation.
Medium. It's not a.
It's nothing like super. There's like the little whole bit in the beginning, but there's nothing like super different or notable.
No, that's a nice piece. There's no real Sakuga moments.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, some of the stuff with the mayor, I don't really like the animation of. Like even the part with the mayor's beard you called out. Like I actually thought that frame looked kind of silly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this wasn't a strong animation episode.
No.
For me.
Yeah, it's
The Orange Islands is inconsistent with budget.
Oh yeah.
Like, there was that one where Pikachu got hypnotized, where they all got hypnotized by the drowsy. That animation was off the charts.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get episodes like this that are like,
It's not much.
I guess they animated it.
Or a Way Off Day Off that's just like half reused footage.
That's a minus.
Yeah, it's
this is also a 3. Straight threes. Threes all the way.
For you. I'm gonna do 4 again. Fuck it. 3.5 across the board. There you go.
There you go.
Easy for Mystery Menace. All right, let's jump into episode 105. Misty Meets Her Match, or in Japanese, Yuzu Jim! ! Type battle 3 vs 3 !
Oh, 3 exclamation marks total.
Can't
you don't
take
see
it.
that every day, folks.
It's too much excitement.
And do you remember what yuzu is, Kellan? I think we learned this last week.
It's a fruit, isn't it? It's a citrus fruit.
Yeah, it's like a lemon.
Same with the Trevita.
Yep.
So, opening the episode, the gang's on the ferry off to Trevita Island on the way to Ash's third badge. There's rock spires in the ocean. I'm sure that'll come back later. They just note it. They're like, there's rocks!
There's big rocks here.
Big rock.
Spiky rocks.
Whoa.
Ash is so pumped to get to a gym. Like, he cannot bear it.
Yeah. When they see a whirlpool sucking up a little girl and her seal. Oh, no.
Ooh, this is quite severe. Yes, and she gets sucked under. There's a man on a cliff who runs up shouting, Mary. Or is it Mary? Mari. Something like that. Mari, yeah. That's it. Yeah. Mari.
Mario!
Right, so the man indeed is Luigi. He looks just
like We are in
like
Luigi's
him.
mansion now.
But Luigi's mansion is a rocky island.
Yeah, the show took a weird turn today. I don't know what that was about.
2 crossovers for the price of one. We got TMNT and now we got Mario.
So yeah, he sees Misty and Staryu jumping off the ferry to go rescue his little sister.
And he zooms in on Misty.
Oh yeah. Suddenly Ash is on Lapras now. Couldn't they have just taken the kid back to the ferry?
I think it's kind of like a pirate ship getaway vessel kind of deal right here. Like, Lapras could get closer than the ship.
Lapras is the life raft.
Exactly. Lapras is the life raft. Put that on a t-shirt and sell it.
So, Team Rocket has spotted the twerps already. Quick, getting into Team Rocket again. And then they get caught in the whirlpool. This is going to be an episode of Team Rocket taking L's left and right.
Team Rocket and the whirlpool.
Yeah.
That is a romance set in heaven.
So this little girl, Mari, was swimming with her seal when the current pulled them in. Misty gives her a safety lesson on always swim with a buddy.
PSA for any of you who live around bodies of water. You've probably heard this your whole life. Not that I live around bodies of water, but the rivers out in the middle of nowhere, they always say, it's the currents that get you.
Swim with the buddy. Always, always, always.
So this man who was spying, who was screaming for Mari, does run up, thanks him for saving the sister, and asks Misty's name. Like, goes right for Misty.
Who are you? What's your name?
Like, ignores Ash, ignores them. He goes, Misty, you're amazing.
Oh.
Snaps. Now, this is cool, actually.
Yeah.
He snaps his fingers. Boom. There's flowers there. He's like, oh, here you go, Misty. Snaps his fingers again. Boom. There's music.
And so he's dancing with Misty. And it's this really cute rendition of the surfing theme from Gen 1, which I loved.
Oh, I didn't
super
catch
adorable.
that. Nice touch.
Yeah.
That's very nice touch.
And so he's like, he's known this girl for 2 minutes. And he's like, there's no water trainers on this island. I want you to stay forever and ever and ever.
Hey, Kellan, I'm going to use some Zoomer slang right now.
He's down bad.
Oh, he is down bad.
Is that what you were going for?
No, his W rizz. He is down bad and he's got W rizz.
I fucking hate the word rizz. It is the worst slang that we've come up with in the last 10 years.
Yeah, but he's the Rizzler. He's risen.
Stop it. See the Wizard of Oz?
Yeah, he's risen hard. And he even has, like, he's got a Rizzly background, right? Because, like, when he starts dancing with Misty and whenever he's, like, laying it on, like, the background, like, glows pink and it's, like, shiny and it's shimmering. It's kind of awesome.
Would you call him a grizzly bear?
No, I called him the Rizzler. I'm good with that. But good one, Kellan. I know how you like your jokes to be acknowledged.
Christ.
That was great.
That was don't pity me. I don't need your pity. I don't need this podcast. We're done. Fuck it.
Let's give him a moment, audience.
Okay. Let him work it out himself.
Oh, poor baby got a little upset about Rizz.
I do fucking hate that word.
Really?
Unironically. When it's used unironically. When you use it ironically, it's very funny.
I've always been the kind of person with slang where I almost don't know the difference. Like everything
Yeah.
I say is sort of ironic and sincere at the same time. Like I don't even know.
If I say it, it's ironic. When the youths are saying it, it's definitely unironic, and
You
I
are
hate
the
hearing it come from
youths.
them. No, I'm not. I am not the youths. The youths are the 14-year-olds that are using rizz on a daily basis.
Well, 14-year-olds don't even exist to me.
Good.
Like I didn't even know where they live in some like mythical
Good.
land
You shouldn't.
known as a
That's-
high school. I don't even know.
If you knew where a bunch of 14-year-olds lived, I'd have some serious questions for you.
And yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Let's move on.
I'm making good jokes today. Fuck off.
They are good. you grizzly bear, right? Did I do it back?
Fuck off. Trying to take my jokes now?
Yeah, I'm stealing.
Piss off. Anyway, so the Wizard of
So
Oz.
this man has W Riz.
Oh, where am I in my notes? Good God. Yeah, he wants her to stay.
So he wants Misty to stay, instruct trainers at the gym, and that's where Ash realizes he's the gym leader.
No, not this guy. He's the Riz leader. Oh, God.
The Riz leader, nice.
That was nothing. But so Ash, of course, has no Riz and tries to break up this moment and challenge him to a battle. And trying to think of other.
Well, Misty calls him out. She's like, you've got El Riz, Ash, and Ash is like, no, you've got El Riz. Bet, yeah.
And then Rudy's like, only in Ohio.
And he introduced. Okay, what? I don't know that one.
Then he introduces everybody to Skibbity Toilet.
Oh, this is more weird Zoomer slang.
Yeah.
What do they say? Phantom tax?
Phantom Tax.
Skibbity.
Kai Cenat, I think, is another one.
Well, Kai Cenat is a Twitch streamer.
Yeah, I think they just say his name for some reason.
Why?
I have no idea.
Okay, I've never watched him. I know he had Nicki Minaj on his stream the other day. That's all I know.
Welcome to the Kellan and Graham try to understand Gen Alpha slang for an hour.
Wow, we've gone past Zoomers.
Oh, this is
and
past
onto
Zoomer
Alphas.
easily, yeah.
Wait, Alphas watch Kai Cenat?
Kids watch anything these days.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a whole. I don't know anything about Kai Cenat, so
I know
I
he
have
did
nowhere to
a
judge.
series where he was in a prison or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, this must sound like an old man, like unhinged. I don't know.
Back
I don't
in
know
my
what it is.
day, we didn't
Back-
have all these
Back
newfangled
in my
streaming
day, we just
services.
had angry video game nerd on YouTube, and we liked it that way.
Back in my day, people wore clothes on Twitch.tv.
And or sometimes in hot tubs.
Yeah. Oh man.
So, Rudy.
We're getting way off track.
Rudy, his
But it's
name's
fun.
Rudy. He's not a football player. He tells Ash that he's got to pass a challenge first.
No,
And
come
Mari
on. You
says
missed,
you're gonna need some luck.
You missed like the best part of this episode.
Oh, what did I miss?
Ash interrupts them to challenge him to a battle. He's like, "It's not polite to interrupt a private conversation. You're really being very rude." And Ash is like, "Me? It's you who's rude." And he's like, "Not rude. It's Rudy." And then he does a little flamenco dance.
You're
It's
right.
Wonderful.
I actually have that in my notes, but that's the part I just skimmed over and said L Riz W Riz. That kind of sums up the conversation. But you're right. That needed to be shouted out because he does spin rude into Rudy.
It was a setup. He was setting Ash up hard for that one.
Oh, hard. Yeah.
Ash shows off his badges. He's like, "I got 2 badges. Fight me, fucker." Obviously, very jealous.
Actual
of this guy.
dialogue.
Yeah. We are all into the direct quotes on this podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and he's very jealous of this guy. So it's time for the test. We're on a speedboat. Vroom vroom. The test is Ash has to use his Pokemon to knock down all of the targets down the river.
Yeah,
If he does
targets
that-
are gonna pop up. This has very like Sega light gun arcade vibes
Mhm.
right now.
If he does that, Rudy will honor his challenge request and fight Ash for the 3rd badge.
To the
And
death.
So
I mean,
to
for
the
a
death,
badge.
yes, yeah. And so we're going down the river. Ash gets one with Pikachu, and he tries to kind of show it off to Rudy and be like,
Like,
"Hey!"
you see that, Rudy? I'm
I got
fucking
that.
awesome.
But Rudy is just like staring into Misty's eyes with flowers, completely smitten.
Yeah, and his lines are kind of lame, actually. He's like, your eyes shine like diamonds, but lovelier. Like, that like, I don't know.
This is the guy you said
pick
has
a more-
W Riz.
Well,
Really?
he has W Riz in a way if you think that I was using it ironically. He does have W rizz, but I think people who have W rizz don't really understand poetry.
If I had a nickel for every time W rizz was spoken on this podcast, I wouldn't
You'd
have
be a
to
wealthy man.
I would be a very wealthy man. I'd have like $1. Crazy.
Like he could have said, okay, it's just that lovelier. Like what? Your eyes shine like diamonds, but lovelier. I don't know. Like your eyes shine like
What a
diamonds. You could have
metaphor.
ended it.
What a
Yeah,
simile.
exactly.
Her eyes shone like eyes that were shining very brightly.
Your eyes shine like when it's the middle of the night and you check your phone and it was not on night mode. And actually the brightness was shined way up and now you're not going to be able to fall back to sleep very easily. Now that's romance.
I was just thinking of the Bo Burnham bit. Me, with my strange choice of adjectives. You, with your muscular teeth and clockwise vagina.
That is really funny, though.
Brilliant, man.
I mean, Rudy didn't quite say she has a clockwise vagina. But, yeah, I mean, lovelier just doesn't fit there, man.
No.
Come on.
You gotta do a direct comparison. You can't just be like, you're
exactly.
like this thing.
It's a mixed metaphor, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Ash is upset, and so to overcompensate, he's gonna go with Big Dick Charizard energy.
Ash, stop it. Like
Tracy's like, what'd you do that for? Ash flips right away, though. He gives it up. He's like, I made a mistake.
I goofed. And Charizard roasts Misty. Doesn't hit the target.
No. He actually flames at Ash. Ash ducks. Misty's burnt up.
Mm-hmm.
And she's mad. Like, you did that all for attention, you little baby.
Ash got clocked.
And she's not wrong. Like,
no,
he's
absolutely not.
He's clearly butthurt about the attention. He's used to gym episodes being all about him.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that the gym leader is interested in Misty is just leaving him completely wounded.
Yeah, when the writers went to him and were like, hey, we're going to have a Misty plot in this gym episode, he got really selfish and jealous about it and went off script a lot.
Yeah, that's totally it. This is like the WWE match where the wrestler is breaking the fourth wall constantly. Vince McMahon is a piece of shit. I can't believe how he's running this corporation. But that's totally it, Kellan. Is I think in Rudy's head, he thinks that Ash is being a baby because he likes Misty, like he's jealous of Misty.
Mm-hmm.
Ash is jealous of Rudy. like he's jealous because he wants Rudy's attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so then the Magikarp sub emerges, and they're just like, where are we? I don't think we're in the ocean. Like, oh, we're in the Trevita River. And they start doing like the motto or something. And then they realize the twerps are coming down the river. They didn't know the twerps were there, but they just started doing the motto.
Yeah, they're like, build it and they'll come sort of mentality.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, our targets are right in our face. And then the next target falls
right in their face.
In front of their face.
Which Squirtle hits dead on.
Boom! Knocks a hunk of land into the river, and Team Rocket go blasting off again.
Yeah, and Ash and Tracy, you know how they kind of like do sort of hear Team Rocket on the wind a lot, do confer to each other. Did I hear what I thought I heard? I probably heard what I thought I heard.
Yeah, I think so. So Pikachu gets the next two targets, then Squirtle, Bulbasaur each got one. And Ash is like, yeah, we got them all. Except for that one that you missed when you tried to use Charizard.
You know what, Ash? Great move. Just say you got them all, believe it, move on.
Rudy
Rudy wasn't watching it all.
Yeah. So apparently he passed, even though he didn't. Tomorrow will be the actual battle, the match. It'll be best 2 of 3. It'll be a type match, so every Pokemon will have the opponent will have the same type. Ash gets to pick the types, and Rudy will use the same. Ash, of course, goes with electric, grass, and water. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, you think there were any types that Rudy didn't have? What if somebody came from a different region where they have fairy or steel, but Rudy's like, he's like, oh, we don't have those around here.
Well, in Gen 2, every steel type has another typing on them, so...
Oh, so dual types is how you get around.
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha.
I don't believe steel had any...
steel?
Any pure steel types until Gen 3.
Rudy keeps ignoring Ash. He invites Misty for dinner. Ash and Tracy can go eat, Hungry Man dinners. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but she goes off without even saying bye to the guys. How rude. I don't know.
Well, I think she's annoyed with Ash still, but
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
They get
So
fast food. Their containers are all over the table. They call it up.
Yeah.
Tracy shows off a drawing he did of something he saw in the woods.
Yeah, this is interesting because that drawing looked like ass, and I didn't know what the hell it was. But
It's an Elekid.
Bulbapedia points out that it's an Elekid.
Absolutely an Elekid, yeah.
Okay. So what's the significance of this drawing?
Elekid's a Gen 2 Pokemon.
Oh, so it was like a foreshadowing or sort of like
Yeah.
an advertisement?
Yeah, foreshadowing. It's the baby evolution of Electabuzz.
Okay, so it was like a little bit of a lower drop.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay.
It's got like a plug on its head. You could shove him in an outlet.
That incident has no significance here.
No, absolutely not.
It's just that Tracy and Oak are going on and on about this drawing, and Ash in the background's like, I'm paying for that phone call.
When do you pay for anything, Ash?
But that is a juicy bit of info. Okay, does that mean that the phones at the Pokemon centers are indeed pay phones? Okay, which is not something we've been let on before. And further that, Ash actually has expenses, because it so far seemed like he doesn't. Like, it has kind of felt like Poke centers are these like hostels for youth, right? And they just like put them up kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the filler episode where they spend the day in the laundromat doing Ash's underwear.
I want that. And they just discuss the logistics of how they pay for things. I want to know more about how the world runs financially.
Well, I mean, in the games, you beat a trainer, they give you money. So Ash should technically be getting,
it's all
money from all these people.
Yeah, it's all money.
But do you think in the current day and age, it's all just e-transfers?
It's
Just
Venmo
each other?
Yeah. It is, yeah.
So Misty's finished dinner. It was delicious. But Rudy's sister has a secret. She always wanted a big sister like Misty, and she wants her to stay here
so
forever.
hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Rudy's like, okay, let's not talk about that right now. Let me take you to the gym and show you all of my very impressive Pokemon.
Yes, with that thought in your head, let me show off. So they go to the gym, and this ain't a regular gym. This is a dance club.
And this dude has a stacked lineup.
That's true.
Holy
He's got a
fuck.
lot of nice Pokemon.
He's got an Exeggutor, Electabuzz, Starmie, Hitmonchan, Golem, Alakazam, Pidgeot, Rhydon, Venomoth, Ninetales, all kinds of stuff.
Wow, can you name them all?
I can.
And the interesting, these Pokemon are just dancing. So there's like rave music playing. And I think we've heard this song before, but it's like Pokemon, Pokemon, and that just like repeats incessantly.
Yeah, it's
he doesn't have a theme. He doesn't have a theme to his Pokemon, right? It's just like strong Pokemon who dance.
Yeah, because he would need
because of the type matchup
because of the type thing. Yeah.
Well, Misty's like, did you notice that they're all dancing? And Rudy's like, yes, that's intentional.
If they dance, they do good. I don't know.
You're way with the words resurfacing.
I didn't write it down.
Well, he thinks they'll improve and change if they do something different from the just fighting. And then he starts dancing with Misty. And again, it whispers sweet nothing. Stay here for good, my dear. You do so good on the island.
You've known her for 2 hours.
I can't wait till you marry me and we have 12 kids. Otis, Beaver, Beavis, Baloney, and at that point, Misty blacks out and starts fearing what she's found herself in.
But Mari also dances with Togepi and is super cute.
Cute.
It is adorable.
True.
But yeah, Rudy asked her to stay for good. That feels so soon, Rudy. He
wants an answer after the match. She can think on it. Ooh, that's nice of you, Rudy.
He takes the well, you got to take me to dinner first joke way too seriously here.
Yep.
You want me to stay on this island forever? Well, at least to take me to dinner first. He's like, okay.
Already did. Bet.
Did that. Let's do it.
Rizz.
I'll make you chicken and you'll stay here forever. That's how that works.
I'll buy you some Nandos and you'll be here forever.
Some cheeky Nandos.
Yeah,
has to be
Nandos.
Cheeky. Has to be cheeky.
That's like a British thing.
Yeah.
Cheeky Nandos.
I've been to Nando's. Oh.
Well, we have Nando's where I live.
Oh, do you? I thought it was just a British thing.
No.
Oh, well,
I've been there all the time.
I've been there in Scotland. So.
There you go. I love Nando's. I fuck myself up with it all the time. Yeah, we have it in Canada, Gil.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I've never seen one in Canada.
Yeah, we do.
If I don't see it, it means it doesn't exist. So that works. So Team Rocket are balanced atop one of these spires, trying to keep the sub balanced.
Back to those large rock spires in the ocean. keeping it balanced. Now, they all have to be right in the exact positions to balance it. When Jesse's hair starts wisping on Meowth's nose.
Yeah, and Meowth sneezes, which tips the sub off the spire back into the whirlpool. If I had a nickel for every episode we talked about today that had a Team Rocket sneeze in it, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Yeah, back to back.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I can't wait for the day when that joke has evolved so far that all you have to say is, I'd have 2 nickels, and everyone will know you're talking about.
You know what's actually sad? I can wait for the day. Is that there'll be a point where we stop saying, if I had a nickel, and we'll have to be like, if I had $25.
I have 2 nickels. Oh yeah, because a nickel would be worth $25 in like 2 years.
That's what I'm saying. It'll be like, it'll inflate.
Man. Yeah. So the next day, Ash and Rudy are atop the spire for their battle. The others watching a balloon. I thought that was neat.
Yeah, kind of a cool place. This pitch that they're on is like its own little island cliff amongst the spires, to the point where only Rudy and Ash are on it, and then the watchers are on this hot air balloon.
And the announcer's
there's also
on a
an
Pidgeot.
announcer, who's sitting on a Pidgeot.
Wild. So Ash goes with Pikachu for the first round. Rudy
this
chooses
is the electric battle.
Chooses Electabuzz.
That's actually what Electabuzz says, yeah.
Love Electabuzz's cry.
It's this like Muppet-esque Nixon sort of grunt.
I am not a crook.
See? Sounds just like Electabuzz.
Yeah. I think Tracy says, they better be careful they don't fall off that rock. Thank you, Tracy. Brilliant insight.
Assessment. So Pikachu starts with the electric bolt.
Thunderbolt. Electabuzz absorbs it completely.
Mm-hmm.
Electric
charges
attacks
its batteries.
Don't work on Electabuzz. Electabuzz is not a ground type. Electric attack should do at least some damage.
Yeah, and there's no absorption property. Right?
Not yet. Not until abilities in Gen 3.
So Pikachu's not going to use electricity, switches to quick attack.
Electabuzz will do the same.
They hit. Boom.
As he runs.
Pikachu flies back.
Thunder punches Pikachu almost off the cliff. Pikachu's out. It's 1-0 for Rudy.
Ash catches him. Oof. Phew.
He catches him. Catch him.
Ash catch him. Zim. Yes.
So Mari asks Misty, what did Rudy tell you last night?
Yeah, she's wingmanning so hard still.
We flash back to 2 minutes earlier in the episode. They needed 20 more seconds to cover.
I take it back. Rudy has L Rizz. Mari has W Rizz.
How about no one has Rizz ever?
How about Rizz is a construct? Which it is. So, and Misty's just thinking about Rudy's question so hard.
Yeah, she's very conflicted, it would seem. So it's Bulbasaur versus Exeggutor next.
The grass battle.
He turns on the music. Exeggutor starts to dance a little jig. He's shaking his booty.
Right, so Bulbasaur's sending razor leaves, and Exeggutor's just dancing around them.
Left, right, left, right, left.
Cha-cha, real smooth.
You would think Bulbasaur would, just shoot him down the middle at some point.
Slide to the left. Razor leaves go by. Slide to the right. Razor leaves go by.
3 hops this time.
Egg bomb.
I know, it's fancy footwork first. Rudy tells Exeggutor to go for fancy footwork.
Is that a move?
No, absolutely not.
I just thought that was part of the dance.
It's part of the dance, routine. Yes. I just thought it was funny. Go fancy footwork.
Exeggutor uses fancy footwork. He's got W Rizz. What's the Bulbasaur going to use now?
That'll be the Gen 10 gimmick, giving your Pokemon W Rizz.
This is basically the name of the episode by now, W Rizz.
It won't give the Pokemon any boost or anything. They'll just get a sweet pair of sunglasses for the rest of the battle.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So
purely
Razor
cosmetic.
Leaf again.
That would be great.
Yeah. Razor Leaf again. Exeggutor keeps dodging it. Tracy gives us a beautiful detective line after 20 seconds of this. That Exeggutor is dancing right around Bulbasaur's Razor Leaf attack. Thank you, Tracy. You're really helpful today. Egg Bomb then nearly knocks Bulbasaur off the cliff. When he goes for a Sleep Powder.
Yeah, he attacks back with Sleep Powder. The Exeggutor is falling asleep.
Which begs the question, every battle, why isn't this your first option all the time?
It's pretty good.
It's so
Especially
broken.
if you just win in the end when you put him to sleep. Now, Exeggutor is standing right by the cliff, which coincidentally Team Rocket have gotten out of the whirlpool. and they are climbing the cliff when what's this above? The Executor asleep is falling. Boom, hits them. Bulbasaur is nice enough to pull Executor back up, not knowing that Team Rocket was beneath them. They are left to drown.
Team Rocket really can't catch a break this episode.
Oh my god, they are just getting it.
Not a single break. So then it's a 1-to-1 water fight time. It's going to be Starmie versus Squirtle.
Ooh.
Rudy dedicates this victory to Misty.
The girl who stole my heart. And Misty looks like she's holding in a fart. She looks really uncomfortable, is what I'm trying to say.
Staryu, water gun, Squirtle, water gun's back. Their beams connect.
Cross streams, boom.
Don't do that. That's a bad thing.
The music hits.
Makes a mess. Starmie and Rudy start to dance.
Rudy does the sickest hair flip.
Yeah. So Starmie goes for Thunderbolt. Oh, this Starmie has Thunderbolt. Holy shit. So Squirtle.
Is that possible via TM?
Yeah, absolutely. Starmie
there
gets
you go. Absolutely.
quite a bit of coverage. Yeah.
Cool.
So Squirtle is withstanding it. Big Thunderbolt. And Tracy really explains everything here. Squirtle's a water element, and it's weak against electric attacks. Thank you, Tracy, for saying what we're seeing.
For first-time viewers.
Which I find this so funny, because in a show where every other battle is scratch them and they win immediately, when we get a fight where a Pokemon weak to a very powerful move gets hit by that move, it doesn't knock them out immediately, but a scratch will.
Look, nothing matters, and anything can happen. Life's a coin flip.
They only survive if they need the drama.
It's like sports, right? Anything can happen. Pokemon's like sports. How do you feel about it now?
I feel good.
Oh, that way with words again. Oh, it's beautiful. It really, really elevates my heart.
Why do you think I'm the plot guy?
Well, let's get back to the plot. The spinning Starmie is summoning electricity from the sky. What exactly are they going to do? Misty's channeled something now, right? All
Misty
of this
makes her
contemplation, the fart she's holding in, bubbles up, explodes, and it comes out in the form of tsundere magic. And she screams at Ash, "Ash, what are you going to do, you Nancy? Pull those gym socks up. Get to fighting." And Rudy's jealous. He's like, "What the fuck? You're cheering for Ash?
You're rooting for him?" Oh. And then he pukes all over the place.
He pukes all over his pants.
Yeah.
My mom said it would work out this time.
Mom thinks I'm cool.
Fuck, that would have been so much funnier if it ended up with that he's actually a big dweeb.
He goes back to his home, which is his mother's basement.
Right, exactly. I don't want to talk about it, Mom. Where's the fucking meatloaf?
Where's my Cheetos? Ash commands Squirtle. This is sweet. Ash commands Squirtle to water gun at the ground, and he goes flying. He's flying off the cliff at this point when the synth gym theme comes in, and he starts spinning around in his shell, and water's coming out of every hole, firing at super high pressures, and he's flying back up into the sky. Squirtle has learned Hydro Pump.
I did not know Squirtles could use Hydro Pump.
Oh, absolutely. It'll learn it
so
faster than
you don't
Blastoise.
need cannons on your back to use it.
No,
it's just water. It's just Hydro Pump is when water comes out of every orifice. Is that what it is?
Yes. That means humans are capable of Hydro Pump as well.
Yeah, I've got orifices.
When you're really sick.
It's like the both ends experience.
Yeah.
Right.
All ends. You need it out. You need to be puking it and the other stuff as well.
You're at the doctor. You're at the emergency room. So what seems to be the problem?
I'm hydro pumping all over the place.
Pump. And I'm not a Squirtle.
But no, seriously, in Gen 1, Squirtle learns Hydro Pump at level 42, Blastoise at level 52.
There you go. So he's spinning around.
Yeah, this is sweet.
Starmie's getting weak during this all. He's attacking the shit out of him.
Yeah, Hydro Pump Starmie, Skull bashes it. Starmie is done for. Starmie lands on the ground.
Starmie's Ruby blinks when it's damaged.
And the sound effect, wow.
Yeah, it's really like R2-D2 or something. Is Starmie an android? Or a robot?
Ash has won this badge. He's won the match. Squirtle crumps in the background.
What is crumping again?
Do you know that Marge Simpson meme image of her dancing?
Yeah.
I'm sending it to you.
And that's called crumping?
That's crumping, apparently.
Is that a real thing?
I don't know. I don't remember. But Squirtle's in that like exact same pose in the background. It's so funny.
All right, check the thumbnail on the Hydroleech YouTube channel. Squirtle crumping. I still don't get what crumping is. It makes me think of crumpets.
I don't know what crumping is. I just know that March image. That's it.
All right. So Squirtle wins, which means Ash wins, and Tracy and Misty are overjoyed. And Rudy's smugly content. He's like, well, it happens.
And at sunset, he confers onto Ash the Spike Shell badge. Ash has his third badge in the Orange Islands. 1 to go before he can face in the Orange League Championship. He also gives Misty some flowers, calls Ash a lucky guy. Ash doesn't get why.
Yeah, because Ash hasn't been paying attention to the romance.
No. All he wants to do is fight day in and day out. He's got an addiction. It's not good. It's not healthy.
No.
And so the gang's back off on the sea. Mari says she can come back whenever she wants, Misty. And then we get from the narrator, Ash has won his third badge, but Misty won a young man's heart. Oh.
No.
And that's the episode.
All right. So I like the this trope here that TV Tropes calls the Prince Charming wannabe, which is this idea that started happening. Like, of course, the Prince Charming trope, very old sort of courtly love kind of tropes, right? About like the perfect prince. And this is like a fairy tale kind of thing. But that started getting subverted, which led to this other trope, the Prince Charming wannabe, who is a character who seems to, by all accounts and sort of social definitions, to be the Prince Charming, but the heroine is not interested for various reasons. And that's sort of the role that Rudy leaves in here. So there's examples of Mr. Collins in Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, of sort of fitting into that, looks like great but isn't quite the right fit. There's jokes about this in Ivanhoe, which of course is a bit of a subversion of courtly love tropes also. But the more relatable one that I'm going to go with is Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. Yes, he is hilarious. No one shits like Gaston. No one fucks like Gaston. No one refuses to take a hint like Gaston. The refuses to take a hint one is a quote from tvtropes.com, and that sums it up. He is horrible, but has that Prince Charming aesthetic.
Oh, is that it?
Sure, unless you got something to add.
No,
I think we could do more like, no one reeks like Gaston, no one streaks like Gaston.
No one
twerks like Gaston, no one jerks like Gaston.
No one... I'm not so good at the improv stuff.
No one shits like Gaston. No one gets critical hits like Gaston. What's this? He is playing Pokemon like Gaston.
No one shits like Gaston or throws fits like Gaston. No one compensates for tiny bits like Gaston. There you go.
Oh, nice. We like it.
That's my one. That's the one you get.
No one fucks like Gaston. No one sucks like Gaston. Okay, let's move on.
You gotta do the third line. There has to be a third line. You're doing all these two-liners. You need a third one.
No one leaves blue balls like Gaston. No one leaves poetic blue balls like Gaston. No one leaves poetic blue balls like Graham making Gaston jokes. There you go. Thank you. We'll be here all week.
All right, let's rate it.
For poor Tom, what are our categories? Yes, this podcast has been collapsing since the start.
It's been a kind of
Rhyme and reason have no place here.
All right, it'll be the furry bait, our favorite category.
Okay, which Pokemon you want to fuck this time? Executor?
I'm good.
Is Executor a fuckable Pokemon?
Probably to someone.
Yeah.
It has legs, that's your criteria.
It's got legs. It's got legs for days. Well, this one's about human romance.
Yes.
And isn't too Pokemon centric, so
no.
Thankfully, I think we can be low on the furry bait scale.
Yes.
I think Executor is our main honeypot this time.
There's a Kadabra and a Hitmonchan in the gym, though. So.
Ooh, actually, the dancing scene is kind of furry bait. I bet you that gets someone going.
Ew.
That song? All right. I'm going to give it a 4. Because otherwise it'd be really low. But that scene is all of the furry bait.
I'm gonna do 3.6.
Yeah, my least favorite category to have to rate.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're in agreement on that. But we're not
Gaston's
taking it out of
probably
the
a furry.
But we're not taking it out of the 4. Category 2, Team Rocket scheme. They don't really have one.
They're just caught up in things. So the Team Rocket plot of this episode is kind of awesome, though, just because like
they're just getting fucked up constantly.
It doesn't beat around the bush, right? The writers are like, what is the point of Team Rocket? It is torture porn. It is to watch them get crucified again and again.
So they do have a quote-unquote scheme. Their schemes are not to catch Pikachu. Their schemes are to get out of the terrible situation that they're in. So they got to like bounce the ship. They got to climb up the cliff. They're not good, but it's
Oh, so this is a reinterpretation of scheme to be like their whole life's a scheme?
Yeah, I'm just trying to not give it a 0.
Right. We can give it a 0.5.
0.5? Yeah, I'll do 0.8.
Oh, God. Misty Meets Her Match is getting fucked.
0.65 and 3.8. 2.225 for Misty Meets Her Match. Which is unfortunate, because I thought it was a pretty decent episode.
And actually, like, I kind of liked Rudy as a gym leader.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason why is because I like gym leaders who have some kind of flair and sort of like the dancing flamenco hair flip. Mm-hmm. It's like, that's actually a good gym leader gag.
Mm-hmm, it is. But that's it for this week. That's it. That's those episodes.
I'm dying to know, Kellan. This was the start of a new year, and what is that new year bringing? What are we doing next week?
New year means 2 more episodes still. It's episode 106, Bound for Trouble, or in Japanese, Pikachu versus Nyarth! ! Question mark.
And just based on the thumbnail, this is going to be a top episode for me. This looks adorable.
Followed by episode 107, Charizard Chills, or in Japanese, Lizardon! I choose you! !
Oh, 3 exclamation marks again. Wow. Again. And I kind of vaguely remember that one. That's an iconic one.
Yeah, I'd have 3 nickels.
All the nickels.
But that's next week, so join us for that.
Right, which means I gotta take us out.
Yeah, do the
Time
thing.
to leave again, friends. But Mondays we will come to you again. And where will we come to you again but on the Hydra Leech YouTube channel or wherever fine podcasts are downloaded under To Kill A Delibird. We have a TikTok as well that Kellan runs and a Twitter all under To Kill A Delibird. Oh, the TikTok is Hydra Leeches. Intro and outro music is 80s Synthwave by Alexi Action. Did I get everything? Oh, we got an email. ToKillADelibird.
Send us questions. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's it. No one sucks like Gaston. No one shits like Gaston.
Do
no
the
one
third
forgets
line.
to end a podcast like Gaston.
That didn't rhyme. If you're gonna do it right.
No one gets Kellan mad like Gaston. No one
your syllables aren't
his
matching.
Co-host like Gaston. No one really makes every listener turn off the podcast like Gaston.
You're rushing your syllables. You're putting too many syllables in. No one fucks like Gaston. No one sucks like Gaston. No one throws a big fucking
fit like Gaston.
Potluck like Gaston.
No one fucks like Gaston. No one sucks like Gaston. No one sets himself up to get cucked like Gaston.
Hey, there you go. That's good.
We did it.
That'll be what I end on. That's good.